So, if you don't know who I am, I'm Huddy, 20 years old from New South Wales, Australia. Used to be a chippy apprentice, but honestly, the whole time I knew I was meant for more. So, yeah, fuck. Like, pretty much just went into it because I didn't want to go to uni. Tried to make money online for a good 8 months straight, just trying different fucking business models. Tried SMMA, tried crypto, tried fucking, what else did I try? Drop shipping, e-com. I suppose it's the same thing. Literally everything. If you thought of a fucking business model, I probably tried it. But the thing that got me out of my job and gave me like a sustainable income was it was appointment setting. Basically, that's what we're going to be covering today. I don't know what the fuck's going on. This shit's wigging out. But yeah, so what we're covering is basically what appointment setting or remote setting actually is, how much you can make from it, what the key fundamentals are, and a little bit of the framework, and how you can actually go about landing a role so you can start making money and that sort of thing. So, basically, what are the basics? So, what is appointment setting? Your role as an appointment setter is to work with a business that sells a high ticket offer, which basically just means an expensive product. What I work in is more the digital product or service space because obviously if you're selling physical, you're usually going to have to be in person. But the good thing about digital products is you can sell it online. You got like instant delivery. You make your money instantly as well. There's no delays on how much you can make. So yeah, I'm selling more digital products or services, and the whole world's gone digital as well. That's the other thing. Um, but my job, to put it as brief as possible, is to connect people who are interested onto a call with a sales team. So I'm not selling anyone. I'm just getting people who are interested to book in a call and potentially get closed. If the deal closes, so the prospect or the customer actually makes a purchase, you receive a commission. So typically that looks like a 5 to 10% commission. Now I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're selling a product that's worth, for instance, $10,000, which is very, very common in the digital product or service space, that's a good $500 just for sending DMs. That's 5% or 10%. Depends on the offer, right? Depends on the company you're working with. They might give you 10%. That's literally $1,000 from just fucking setting one call to get closed, right? And you imagine that, working a job and doing that. That was how I left my job. Was I was literally still working as a chippy, still doing like 50 hours a week, but I was able to, when I got home, or even, sometimes during smoko, just send a few DMs, do some work when I got home, maybe like 5, 6 hours when I got home. I did, 6 hours because I was just hungry for it. I wanted to leave my job. Um, but yeah, that was basically it. Like, was doing that. I was making about $1,000 a week, roughly, maybe 1,000 to 1,500. Got to a point where I was making more than I was making in construction. So I just thought, fuck it, I'm gonna leave. And then I put more time into like learning other skills like remote closing and more the marketing side of things as well. And yeah, I was able to leave my job, do that full time. But anyway, this could look like, DM setting, which is most common at the moment. That's what I did as well. SDR calls, which is like calling people up. That's usually like cold leads, outbound leads. Don't really recommend it, but you can make a lot of money with it. Cold email, LinkedIn. There's a lot of different examples, but you're probably wondering, okay, this is appointment setting, DM setting. How much could you actually make? So if we go over here. If we're looking at who can actually do this, on average in Australia, the average is $60,000 to $95,000 per year. And I know that's not a lot, but this is money you could start making in your first year. You think about apprenticeships, you think about going to uni, you think about like whatever other career path there is out there. There's usually a 3 to 5 years of like getting qualified, doing training, all that shit, just to be able to make that kind of money, 6 figures a year. I'm telling you, in your first few months, if you actually learn appointment setting or, closing or any high income skill, you could make your first 6 figures in your first year. That's what I've been able to achieve anyway. But to put it into better perspective, even in the community that I'm in, people are getting their first appointment setting role in 3 weeks. Like this guy, Connor Tracy, 3 weeks landed a role that's worth 5K. He gets 6% commission. And I think he got a base rate as well of like a few hundred USD per week. So his first ever role, which he landed in 3 weeks, was paying him about probably about 1,500 a week. You got here this guy, $1,700 Australian in 1 week in just 4 months. You've got landing an appointment setting role in 7 weeks. You've got here 3 weeks of sending DMs. He made what do you make? 600 US. So that's nearly $1,000 Australian. Landing a role in 3 weeks. This guy made over 10K in 2 weeks. That was a combination of setting and learning other skills as well. But just to put it into perspective, look, 500 USD in 1 week, and these are guys that have only been doing it for a couple of weeks, making $1,000 in just 1 week. Um, so yeah, to put it into more perspective as well, this is a guy I used to work for. So this was the guy I used to work for when I was still doing construction. His name's Nathan. Um, and basically, he had an offer that was literally worth 10 grand. It's worth this much amount of money. And what would happen is he would post content. I've got his Instagram up anyway. Um, he would post content and pretty much get attention, right? Attention is the new form of currency, I would say these days. By the way, guys, if you're on the live, if you go on my story, you can join the actual Zoom and see what the fuck's going on. Um, Anyway, point is, used to work for this guy. He used to get a lot of people reaching out, wondering how he lives this lifestyle. I mean, you see, he's got fucking Rolex. He's traveling, um, all that sort of shit. So he would have people reach out, and you'd think, I mean, the man nearly has a million fucking followers. How is he supposed to reply to all those DMs? It's just not realistic, right? He's not going to sit there and go through all the fucking DMs that people are reaching out to him. He's also got, he probably runs ads. If we look here, like this is a good example of like a organic post where he's getting leads. So in this particular post, he's talking about Rolexes and whatever. And he said, comment the word scale and I'll reach out. So everyone's going to reach out with the word scale. And then basically they'll reach out to Nathan and be like, yo, bro, I want to fucking get started. Or they'll literally DM the word scale. And yeah, they fall into the sales funnel. So to put it into better perspective, once again, what Nathan is doing here is he's getting attention, then he's driving the traffic to his DMs, and then he's going through the sales process to book them in a call and get a transaction. Transaction's worth 10,000. If you're a setter for him, I was making 5% on each deal closed, so that's $500. Again, you can make $1,000 if it was 10%. Really depends on the offer you're working for. To put it into more perspective, a lead opts in, he goes through the sales process, he gets booked on a call, and then receives product or service through a transaction, right? Make sense? Pretty simple. Um, that's basically it. Like I won't say it's the easiest thing in the world. Like, oh well, it can be easy, but it takes time, right? You got to actually learn skills. This isn't something you just start overnight. You need to get proper training. I'm someone that fucking was really against getting trained. I just was so focused on trying to make money to begin with. But I learned, to be hired by someone like this, it's, you're gonna have to get trained. I mean, he's not just gonna let anyone work for him. And that's just the reality of it. So, it's simple. It can be easy, but this shit can be a grind at times as well. Um, so yeah, I hope that puts it into better perspective. So, earning potential. Now, going into actually, I'll talk about landing a role at the end, but as an appointment setter, what do you actually need to do? Okay. Uh, the key fundamentals is what I'll go through. So, how do you actually, once you've landed a role, how do you actually perform on this role? This is a framework that I've sort of used. It's very brief, but I'll cover the key points here. So these are the key fundamentals you would need as an appointment setter, and this honestly goes for sales in general, being a remote closer. So once a person reaches out to you, so they opt in, maybe they comment the word fucking CTA and they've DM'd you, you want to begin the info gathering process. So what is the problem? How long has it been going on for? That sort of thing. I'm going to go deeper into it in a sec. Secondly, you want to understand their goals, their desired outcome, so where they actually want to go. So info gather, okay, they're currently here. goals and desired outcome, where they're trying to go to, then you want to find, okay, what's missing? If you're here and you want to get to here, what's missing to get you from A to B, basically? And then sell your solution, right? So realistically, you want your offer to be the bridge to help them get from A to B. Okay. So going deeper into it, right? Let me give you an example. Let's say we're a fitness coach and a 35-year-old man reaches out to me and he's like, I'm looking to lose weight, pretty much, right? So our goal as an appointment setter is to turn a curious lead into a qualified, emotionally invested prospect who's ready to speak with the closer. And that's not chatting. That's actually, I'm going to close this. Um, fuck. So ready to close out. You're not just chatting with the prospect, you're filtering, you're qualifying, and you're building the bridge, like I said before, with someone's current struggles to the solution, which is obviously your offer, right? So let's just say a 35-year-old man reaches out, I'm a fitness coach, and he's looking to lose weight, basically. So the info gathering stage, we want to understand where this guy's currently at. So if this guy's, he must be, let's just say he's 85 kilos right now. We need to understand, okay, where he's currently at. Okay, so he's 85 kilos. What's his routine look like? Is he actually training? Is he doing cardio? What does life look like for him right now? If he's 85 kilos, what is he currently doing to stay at that weight? So we can now come up with a better plan to, again, like help him, lose that weight, right? So understanding what is routine, training, what is he eating currently? Maybe he's eating fucking McDonald's every day. What does his schedule look like? And the timeline of the issue. That's probably a very important piece. So understanding how long, maybe he's been 85 kilos and he's been trying to lose it for 3 months or 6 months or 12 months. We want to understand, how long has he been stuck at this current situation for? How's it been making him feel? That sort of thing. A key thing that my mentor always says is you can't treat cancer without it being diagnosed, right? You can't give someone chemotherapy if they haven't admitted to you that they have cancer and they need it, right? It's the same thing here. We can't say, okay, I've got the best weight loss program for you when I don't even know what he's looking for, right? So, point is like even another example, say because the whole term of someone who's overweight who wants to lose weight is such a broad term. I mean, think about compare that to, someone who's, 300 kilos. I know that's a bit fucking extreme. So they're 300 kilos. Compare that to someone who's 85 kilos, like this 35-year-old man. Think about what would weight loss look like for this person compared to that person. So that's why situation and understanding their info and where they're currently at now is so important. So then we can come up with more of a tailored plan for them, right? So you need to understand the prospect's current situation. You can't pitch blindly, and this builds context. It shows empathy. It shows that we're actually listening to the prospect. It helps tailor the conversation, and it makes the prospect feel, more heard and more understood, right? So we're, again, not trying to push anyone or pressure anyone into something. We want to, you know, we want to hear where they're currently at and come up with the best solution for them. A lot of people, they think sales is supposed to be pushy and it's supposed to be like Wolf of Wall Street type shit. But our whole goal is literally just to help this person get to where they want to go. And we have the solution to that. So, info gather. Where are they currently at now? That's like the briefest way of saying it. Goals and desired outcome. So, what is the goal? Why now? And what would the result look like or do for you? So, what are they currently working towards? Let's say the guy's 85 kilos and he wants to lose 10 kilos, right? He wants to be 75 kilos. We need to understand, okay, if he's 85 kilos, why is it now that he actually wants to do something about it? Because maybe he's been 85 kilos. Once again, it goes back to timeline. He might have been 85 kilos for 2 years. Why does it all of a sudden mean so much to him to lose it now? Okay, so why is that important? Is because we need to understand his pain points. We need to understand, again, why does he actually want to do this? So then we have more context behind delivering a pitch or actually tailoring his situation. So let's say hypothetically, the guy is about to marry the fucking like 10 out of 10 fucking baddest thing in the world, right? He's about to marry this person and he's got this suit, but he's gained weight and he can't fit into his suit, or he can't fit into the suit as he would want to because he's gained this weight. So that's his goal. He wants to lose the 10 kilos so he can fit into this. Now that we have more context behind it, again, we have more leverage here. We can be like, well, look, man, if you want to reach this goal, we have this for you, right? We can get you to that position where, you want to fit into your suit, so then you look good, and, at your wedding, you look good in your photos, XYZ, right? So just having more context behind what they're actually working towards gives us more leverage. This is a really good saying as well. People don't buy coaching, they buy transformation. They don't really give a fuck about what the coaching actually looks like. They're more focused on the transformation, the actual destination, right? You think about going to Bali, everyone fucking loves going to Bali, but no one likes the travel it takes there, and the fact that you can't sleep on the fucking plane and the cost and everything else. But people will still go to Bali. You know what I mean? So, it's the transformation, it's the destination they're looking to get to, not the actual price or the coaching and what it looks like. They don't want to think about that. Okay, so you need to uncover, all right, once again, where are they trying to go? Where is the overarching goal here? So identifying what they really want physically and emotionally, and that creates a clear destination. This gives the conversation direction and builds emotional investment in achieving the goal, right? You want to have them emotionally sold on what your offer is, right? So what have we uncovered here? Where they're currently at and where they're trying to go and why they're trying to get there. Okay. So if that's where we're at, I mean, what's missing? How can they not go from where they're at now to where they want to go? What's actually missing? So what's holding them back? This gap, it creates demand because we have what they need. So uncovering the obstacles, maybe it's lack of structure, maybe it's time, maybe it's discipline, maybe it's knowledge. It highlights where they need help. It amplifies urgency, naturally positions your offer as the bridge between the problem and their goal, right? So maybe the guy doesn't know how to structure a good workout routine. We have that for him. Or he doesn't have the discipline, he needs accountability. We have that for him. We can provide that for him as a online fitness coach. And once again, actually tailor the solution to their current problems. So it's pretty self-explanatory. This creates demand and also gives us a level of authority as well because we have what exactly they're looking for. And this is where we simply sell the solution. Now, in this case, we're an appointment setter, so we're not actually selling anything, but we are, pitching a call. So based on what you said, this is exactly what we help with. All right. You said you need more structure, you need accountability, you need a proper routine, you need nutrition plan as well. I mean, this is exactly what we have. And then this is where you can pitch, actually hopping on a call. Clarity leads to conversion. Once the gap is clear, you present the tailored next plan, which is your program or the call. This feels natural. It doesn't feel pushy because it's based off everything that they told us, right? Now they're primed to take action. So instead of, once again, they could have come to us and been like, I want to lose weight, and we could have just been like, all right, buy my fucking online coaching and not said a word, right? But what we've done is understand, actually make them feel heard, understand where they're currently at, so then we can come up with a tailored plan. And there's so much more rapport built there because they're like, oh fuck, this guy actually wants to help me. So this way, coming onto the call, they feel a lot more comfortable and they feel a lot more heard and willing to take action on actually, getting to these goals. Let me know if that makes sense. So pretty basic, right? Understand where they're at, where they're trying to go, what's missing, and then sell your solution. I'm telling you, if you do these basic things, most people don't do this shit. Right? Most people that are appointment setters, they don't even do this shit, right? If you can do this, I mean, how could you not get someone over the line? How could you not book in a call that gets closed and literally make $1,000 extra a week? Now, with this, obviously, it requires a lot more training. I mean, for me personally, it took me, what did it take me? A few weeks, I think, to properly have an understanding of all this. I mean, for me personally, I went through training and actually getting what I got like proper coaching for it. And I was like in a community because the other thing you want to do is actually practice what you're learning, right? It's all good and well to obviously know all these key fundamentals here, but if you can't practice everything you're learning here, I mean, what's the point, right? You can't actually get better. It's like the equivalent of fucking doing boxing, but you never spar, and then you hop in a boxing ring and you're fucking cooked, right? It's the exact same thing. You have to actually practice what you're learning. So I really do recommend finding some sort of community or people to work with so you can learn and can improve, right? So that was what I went through personally. Now, how do you actually land a role? So you know what appointment setting is, you know how to actually perform briefly on a role. How do you actually land a role? So a couple of different ways. The first way I do recommend is job boards. So obviously I think a lot of you guys should be you should know what seek.com is, LinkedIn, Indeed.com. That's where you most likely got your job today. I do recommend it because there are some very good legitimate roles on there. If we have a look now, it's literally as simple as appointment setting. Um, Actually, let's do this. Make sure you add remote as well. That's always good because appointment setting is something people do in person as well. But I mean, look at this for an example. Appointment setter, um, it is outbound, which is an ideal, but 130 to 150 per year, right? Um, oh, it looks like there's warm inbound leads, but 150K per year. They got pardon me, full training there, so you wouldn't even have to pay for training. Um, Fucking someone's driving their shitbox. And I think it says somewhere there is remote. Oh, it says remote here. So it's remote. You can work from home or work from fucking Bali or wherever the fuck you want to. You can make 150K a year. Uh, you can, get inbound leads. So if you don't know the difference between outbound and inbound is outbound, you have to actually go and get those leads. Whereas inbound, it's like the leads are already in front of you. And the benefits of that is if it's an inbound lead, they're a lot warmer. They've come to you with their problem. Whereas like if it's outbound, you're trying to get them to uncover what their problems are, if that makes sense. So inbound is more ideal and it's easier to make money with inbound. So simply just going on Seek. It's the same with Indeed, same with LinkedIn. Just look up remote appointment setting. Uh, you can get roles in America as well. I do recommend it because you'll get paid in USD. I don't know if you guys are from America or Australia. I'm from Australia. I was working on an American role and there was a lot more money to be made. So keep that in mind. But you just keep on looking on here. I would say look for remote roles, look for, however much money you want to make, 100K a year. That's not too bad. I'm telling you, you can literally land a role like this in your first year. Right? Like, what other industry can you learn something and make six figures in your first year? Like, it's unheard of, realistically, right? So, Seek.com, so just job boards in general. Where am I? Here. Job boards in general, look for them. They've probably got the most legitimate roles on there. Facebook groups are good as well. I'll just show you quickly. Oh, fuck. Appointment setter. So, literally go to here and go to groups and then click on here. And these people will post stuff all the time. I would be very cautious though, because some people they might ask you to pay some money to get into it or pay for training. It's all bullshit. All right, don't get scammed, please. Um, but be wary. There is like the potential of finding a really good role on here, but just be careful with Facebook particularly. There's just lots of fucking bots and scammers on there. But that's an option. So you go to Facebook. What else we got here? Sales community. That's good as well. So I would say that's probably, I'd honestly say it's probably one of the best. So for me, how I landed my role was through just network, right? I was already in a community of people that, had connections to other offers out there. So it was really easy for me to just get a role because I already knew people and I had gotten trained with this agency specifically, and they helped me out. But going on Discord, going on whop.com, I had a mate, if you know who Brez Scales is, let me quickly bring him up. Wait, Brez Scales. This guy here. If you know who this guy is, fucking massive at the moment. He landed a role with WAP. He was like in a WAP group and he landed it there. He's making like 10K, 15K USD a month. So that's really good. American role, once again, if you land a role in the US, you're winning, bro. You're gonna make some really good fucking money. And then cold outreach is another good way. I've landed a role with this as well. So that's as it's a little bit more work, but it's almost a guaranteed way you'll get a role as long as you do the output. So when I say cold outreach, I mean, say for example, we reached out to Brez Scales because we know he has an offer, and oh, it's gonna leak me DMs. Okay, let's not do that. Um, we reach out to people like Brez Scales, and we're like, "Yo, bro, I think I've already got it up here." And we just go into ChatGPT. What's a good first outreach message to an online coach to pitch working for them as an appointment setter? So we just fucking chuck it to ChatGPT. Then we're gonna find a bunch of online coaches that are, already looking for setters, or they're posting content about their offer or their course or their mentorship or whatever the fuck it is. And we reach out to, I would say, 100 people a day. All right, that doesn't take too long, right? You think about it, you're just copying and pasting a message 100 times a day. I'm telling you, probably a good 10 to 20% will answer. Okay, so if you think about it, it's a numbers game, realistically. The more people you reach out to, the more people respond, the more potential, the more chance of actually landing a role. So I really do recommend this if all else fails, right? Sometimes it can be hard to get a role on Seek.com for, a six-figure role because you've got no experience or got no training, all right? It can be difficult, all right? Now, if you don't have any training or understanding, I really do recommend investing in some sort of training, some sort of mentorship. That's what I went through. But it can be hard, right? So do cold outreach if all else fails. Just do 100 per day. If you go onto IG, you'll find these people. You'll find these people selling shit all the fucking time. Or if you literally just go to, let me go back to Instagram real quick. If you go to online coach, and we look at someone like Sam Millsap, because it's on PC, it's not going to work as well. But if you go on your phone and you look up online coach, you'll have people that have like this in the name section, and it'll come up with all those people. So it'll give you a long, long list of people that are selling something. All right. I don't know if you guys seen this guy before, but his offer is worth like $15,000 USD. All right. Think about that as a setter. How much are you making? Right. So keep that in mind, boys. And yeah, that's pretty much it. $100 giveaway winner. So what we're gonna do here? How many people we got in here? Um, fuck, we got a decent amount. What shall we do? Give me some suggestions in the chat. How do we pick the winner here? Should we do like a roulette, or what do we reckon? Oh, if you got any questions, don't hesitate to write something in the chat. Um, is any of you guys gonna write something in the chat? Hello, Nick. Write out your question, bro. So, in terms of age, I would say, I mean, realistically, if you're 18, it's probably better if you're 18. But that's not to say that people haven't landed roles before. I know 16-year-olds that have landed appointment setting roles, closing roles, um, you know, making money online. So I would say if you're 18, that's probably better. But if you're underage, if you're 16, 17, probably, yeah, you could get away with it. Say you land a offer. How does the messaging work? Like, do they give you access? Yes, 100%. So what will happen is like, say you're working on Sam Millsap. I don't know if you guys heard of him before. He's pretty big. Sam Millsap will, yeah, give you access to his account, and you will be getting DMs all the fucking time, reaching out to want to start a business or need coaching for business. So yeah, you do get access. Um, Yo, bro, another question. Since I'm from Philippines, does Seek.com work even when you're from here? So if you're from the Philippines, I recommend going on something called online jobs. Oh, PH, I think. PH being Philippines. Um, Go on here, bro. I recommend that. There won't just be setter opportunities, but there'll be like management opportunities. There'll be a ton, bro. So go on there, and I'm sure you'll find a role. I'm pretty sure Seek is more like Australian based, which is where I'm from. So yeah. Random question: is it okay if I work with you? If that's the Ivan, I think, shoot me a message, bro. We'll talk later. Which course would you recommend to invest to and learn more into this? So, for me personally, right, I've tried. How many have I tried? I've tried like four different fucking courses. Okay. Now, for most people, courses are like literally just a few videos or like a Google Doc or like a fucking PDF or some shit. I went through those and received that sort of thing, and it didn't really help me. Okay, just videos, it's like, bro, I can just watch YouTube. Like, let's be real here. So, for me, what I looked for was more mentorship, which is more like actually getting one-on-one support, like getting accountability, getting, help when I need it. I mean, when I just watch YouTube videos, right? If I have a question or something, I'm kind of stuck. I don't know the fucking answer to it. So for me, I bought like four courses until I realized, okay, what I actually want is a mentorship, and that was with ABC. So that's the same community that's, oh, can I fucking full screen this? What's going on here? Right. That is the same mentorship as these guys. These guys got all the same training from ABC. So I recommend it only because this is the one that's worked for me. So if you are interested, you can just shoot me a DM and we can talk about it. If you got any questions, just fucking shoot me a DM on IG. But yeah, ABC, that's what I recommend. That's what I went through. That's what worked for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, are your appointment set in now? So okay, am I an appointment center now? So I'm not now. That's what I started with. So when I was still working as a chippy, that's what I was doing. But I still do it to this day. From my from what I've learned, right, being a business owner now, you actually have to learn how to be an appointment setter, a remote closer. You need to learn marketing. You need to learn sales in general to run a business. I mean, think about it. What business doesn't use sales, doesn't use marketing? I mean, if you don't sell anything, then your business isn't running, right? You always have to sell a product or service. So, no, I may not work as an appointment setter now, but if I didn't have those skills, I wouldn't be able to run a business now. So, that's essentially my point. Hi, bro. You're gonna record this? Yes, it's being recorded right now. I'm gonna put it on my YouTube channel. I'll link you guys my YouTube. Um, I'll link it. I'll link it in the community. If you're not in the community group, I'll chuck it in there. Oh, and join. But how will they trust you with their big Instagram account? So, yeah, that's a good question. I mean, usually what will happen is I mean, for me personally, I worked with a community that was giving me networking opportunities to work for people like this guy over here, right? So because it was network, right? So this guy knew someone who told me to work for him. There's trust built there, right? Because I have trust with this guy, and this guy referred me onto him. So it can be difficult. It's not impossible, obviously, to land a role, but hopping on calls with these people, and there are little security measures as well. Like you can kick people off if you really need to. If say you were Nathan, um, but yeah. They'll trust people. They'll trust people. But for most circumstances, for these really big accounts, usually to land a role like that, it's based off network. It's based off who you know. And that was how I got in it. So because I was in ABC, which is again the community I was in, they have people that they work with that they can be like, all right, I'll put you working with this guy, if that makes sense. So yeah. Um, yeah, I'm the same guy that hit you up on Insta. Haha, I just wanted to watch your video you made the other day. Focus more. I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate the love, Ivan. Nick, I'm in year 12, so I think setting would be perfect for me because I'm in my final days with uni and school. Yeah, yeah, 100%, bro. I 100% finished school. I think appointment setting, out of what I've learned and done, I think appointment setting is probably one of the best side hustles you can get into and start getting a good understanding of sales. Which again, I honestly think, right after trying drop shipping, SMMA, fucking basically every business under the sun, what you need to learn first is skills. You need to become a skilled individual first because think about an SMMA, for example. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but basically it requires sales. It requires, knowing how to market, like being able to build teams and being able to manage teams. It requires all these different skills. So when you start the business, you feel kind of all over the place, right? Because you don't know what you're even fucking doing, and you got five different things you need to be good at once. Whereas if you focus on just learning sales, which is just obviously one of the aspects of an agency, right? You can learn sales and start making money with sales with an appointment setting role, with a remote closing role. So I really do recommend from my personal experience, from my fuck ups, right? I spent a good 8 months just fucking around trying to make money online. Learn skills first. Okay. The skills could look like, video editing, could look like building a website, knowing how to run ads. The list goes fucking on. But just learn a skill. I recommend sales and marketing. But yeah, what else? I'm assuming personal brand would really help with the trust aspect. 100%. If you guys are open to doing content, I really do recommend it. Content is like Content's a game changer, to be honest, because even for me, I have been able to meet so many guys and network with so many people, get in rooms with people I never thought I'd be able to get in rooms with because of just having a following, having a personal brand. These days, we call it a digital resume. If you've got a personal brand, you hold a lot of weight. So yeah, I'm in year 11 now, looking for something like this. Do you reckon that something like this would be good to look for now? It's really up to you. So your question is like, should I do it now? Should I wait till I finish school? It's up to you, man. Like, you got to think long term. You got to have a vision. Like, what do you want for yourself? What life do you want for yourself, right? Like, if you're thinking, oh man, I want to retire my parents one day and travel the world one day, you got to think to yourself, okay, is finishing school, going to university or getting an apprenticeship, will that get me there? If it isn't, okay, then what's the point? I would say for you, because you're year 11, I would say finish school because you learn some really good things in school. Maybe it's not, learning maths in particular, but it's more learning discipline and being able to do your work on time and learning all those basics, reading and writing skills, all that shit. So don't drop out of school. I would say start doing some research, maybe get into appointment setting, but also have a think about long term and where you actually want to go with yourself. Okay, because if it is something bigger than just going down a normal career path, then you got to start thinking about it now. If you think about it now, you'll get ahead of the pack, bro. I'm in year 12 and I regret not starting in year 11, bro. Start as early as possible. 100%. Start as early as you can. 100%. If there was a mistake you made, you wouldn't want someone else to make it. Oh, if there was a mistake you made, um, that's a good question. Fuck. I would say. I'd honestly say not starting when I wanted to. So for me, like I was super skeptical about online stuff for ages, bro. Like I finished school, just got into an apprenticeship because I didn't really know what else I wanted to do with myself. But the whole time I was like, dude, I want to do something else. I want to do something online. But I was just again kind of scared of taking a risk. I was scared of uh something potentially not working out, that sort of thing. And so I kind of overthought the whole thing for a good 2 years until I actually tried something. And then it took me a good 8 months to actually figure it out. But it's like, fuck, if I started when I first thought about it, I mean, where could I be now? Right? If I started 2 years ago when I first thought about it, I could be crazy. What's your thoughts on people talking about courses and high ticket as pyramid schemes? Okay, that's a good question. So I would say that doesn't make sense because, I mean, how can you say that a course isn't going to be helping someone at all? All right, like how can you say, yes, there's courses out there that are scams. I've been scammed myself. I've been scammed maybe, a few $1,000s, right? I've been scammed quite a bit, but who's to say that there isn't a single course out there that's going to actually help you and teach you skills? I know like high ticket sales and the word course has a really bad name nowadays, but how are you going to say absolutely everything's a scam and absolutely a pyramid scheme? You think about fucking university, that's technically a course as well. You know what I mean? Even a TAFE course to get your trade and do an apprenticeship, like that's also a course. But to say that there isn't courses out there that can genuinely help you to make money online. Like, I mean, that's just unrealistic, right? You can't say everything's a course. Sorry, everything's a pyramid scheme. But I also do think the biggest thing that comes from it is people making opinions based on something they've never tried before. That's probably the biggest thing. They'll be like, oh, this course is a scam, even though they've never done it before. All right. So keep that in mind as well. Whatever people are saying, have they actually tried the thing? Are they just judging a book by its cover? But that's not to say something isn't a pyramid scheme and isn't a scam, because that is obviously something that's a massive issue right now. But I'm telling you, from someone who's failed, invested in shit, and got scammed, but then also invested in courses that have helped him, I'm telling you, there are bad ones out there, but there are also good ones out there. Were you afraid at the beginning, bro? How did you overcome that fear of showing your face? Yeah, so with content, I was really afraid. Fuck, you guys are pumping the questions. I'm happy. Um, I yeah, had a massive fear of showing my face. I'm from like a small country town, so I had like 2,000 people in the same town that I was living in, and so I knew when I started posting content that everyone was gonna see it. My mum saw it, my family saw it, everyone that I fucking knew saw it, and it actually like put me off posting content for a really long time. But I don't know. I know this sounds really cliche, but who gives a fuck about what people think? I think that was the biggest thing I came up with, and that kind of pushed me further. Like, am I going to be the type of person that lives life based on other people's opinions? Because, I mean, even for me, my mom was super against me making money online and doing some entrepreneurial path and not going down, a normal career path like everybody else. But if I did, say, go to uni like my mum wanted me to, what kind of life am I going to live? Right? I'm going to live a pretty miserable life, and that's not what I wanted for myself. So, am I willing to live a life I don't want to because people are going to judge me? Fuck that. But it seems like such a big thing in the moment when you say 18 years old or you're still in school and you're posting content. But it's like when you really zoom out and you look at your life from like okay, I was 1 year old here and I'm 80 years old here, you'll realize that that moment where you're like, oh fuck, I was so scared of what this person was going to say in particular was such a small fragment of your entire existence. You know what I mean? So now that I've been able to see success, I could not care less. I genuinely could not care less, and it honestly bothers me that I ever even like was worried about what people thought of me in the first place. But yeah. I'm a yapper. What course do I recommend? ABC, I said this before, so that's the one I went through and it helped me with everything. Look, I've been scanned before, but this is the one that helped me, so this is what I recommend. ABC. If you want to know more about it, just shoot me a DM after this. Would you recommend getting a laptop too, or could you do it off your phone? So I started off with just a phone, because I didn't have much money to begin with. But I will say having a laptop makes it easier. It just makes the whole thing fucking easier. To be honest, I don't use my laptop that much unless I'm doing something like this. But yeah, you like especially with DM setting, you can just use your phone. You're just sending DMs, or if you're calling people, you're calling people. But yeah, you don't need a laptop. It does make it easier though. How do I find communities that's actually willing to help day zero people like me? As an 18-year-old, this was the main problem for me since I have way too many questions but no community to ask them. So you can find there's definitely free communities out there. The one I'm in is a paid one. You got to think in this perspective, right? If it's a free community, that means there's no barrier to entry. So the actual quality of people inside the community are going to be pretty shit. They're going to be unmotivated people, people that don't care that much, people that aren't really willing to help. So you compare that to something that's paid, right? The people in there are actually willing to help. They are actually motivated and they are actually like working towards something or they've already got some level of success. So you can find free communities in terms of like how do you actually find them? I would look for people on IG. I would maybe go on Discord. If you want to be in the community that I'm in, just shoot me a DM and we can talk about it. But as someone that's been in a few as well, I would say finding some sort of paid one is the best way. Because you don't want a massive community. I don't know if you guys have been in Andrew Tate's course before. Andrew Tate's like Hustlers University has like 300,000 people in it. Think about the actual quality of people are in that. Like people that are like not from the same country as you and they don't really care about you because basically anyone can be in it. So it's just going to be a shit community. You're not going to be able to meet anyone properly. So anyway. I would say just look on IG. If you want to join the same one I'm in, just let me know. Just shoot me a DM. Would you call yourself a mentor or just someone that leads people towards the right direction? I would say leads people to the right direction. I don't think that I'm ready to be a mentor yet. I've got my own businesses to sort and take care of, but as someone that builds a personal brand and wants to post content, I want to help you guys out as well. So I'm kind of just like I want to give you guys free value. But then if you want extra help, instead of being a mentor, I want to point you in the right direction for the same person that helped me out. Because there's so many people getting scammed and getting the wrong info. It's like, all right, I've been through that and I've made the mistakes. Let me just point you in in the direction that helped me the most. So yeah, I would say the second one, bro. How much does ABC cost? So there isn't like a price point that's for everyone. It's kind of tailored to the situations. It's just like this. If you've been watching the whole thing, what we do is if you like feel like you need something in particular, like coaching or something, community is what you're really looking for, they will tailor it more to that situation, if that makes sense. So, yeah, it's not like a one price fits all, if that makes sense. Once again, if you want to learn more, just shoot me a DM. What is your reason to help us? If you are doing, if you're doing a lot of money, are you playing at the future to make a course or a mentorship? Nah, I just want to build a personal brand, bro. That's my biggest thing. And I think as well, growing up as someone that was pushed into a trade because, again, I didn't really know what else I wanted to do with myself. I was also surrounded by a lot of other people that felt the same way. So I'd always talk to mates that started going to uni, started doing their apprenticeship, or started going down a different career path. I'd always ask them, I'm like, how's it going? Are you enjoying it? And a lot of them would be like, nah, I don't. But again, I don't know what else I'm going to do. My parents have told me to go down this route. And I kind of want to be that person that like went through the exact same shit. And I'm kind of like, look, like making money online is possible. So it's kind of like a purpose thing. I think with purpose, it has to be bigger than money, right? So part of making money obviously is helping people out and helping those people out in particular that feel like they're meant for more. But yeah. Do you make more commissions now to ABC rather than do you make more for commissions now? Um, Wait, what? Do you make more for commissions now to ABC rather than setting and closing? What do you mean by that? That can you reword that question? I'll answer for you. Um, would you say besides all the business models that are out there, personal brand is the most important? Um, Not the most important. I would say it's the thing that's doing the best right now. 100 fucking percent. Like I would say you look at everyone on IG, they're all fucking posting content. Those guys are making the most amount of money, 100%. Like think about someone like Andrew Tate, he's got a massive personal brand. Someone like Iman Gadzhi, he's got a massive personal brand. Like these guys, think about even people like Logan Paul, people like fucking KSI, like those massive streamers as well. Like they've all got personal brands and they're making huge amount of money. So I wouldn't say it's the most important because it's not like you have to put your face out there and do a personal brand to make money. But I would say we're in the gold rush of it. Like you think about when drop shipping was in its prime and it wasn't oversaturated, we'd classify that as a gold rush. SMA, the same. I would say right now, if we were to determine what a gold rush was, currently it'd be personal branding, building a personal brand, posting content, 1000%. But Nick, do you want to fucking reword your question? I just don't understand what you mean. If you are still there, but if no one else got any other questions, should be sweet. Um, Let's do this fucking where are you guys from, by the way? Chuck in where you're from. New Zealand, Canberra, Melbourne, Sydney. Damn, we got heaps of Aussies. Malaysia. All right, let's do this. Um, Random. We still got to do the $100 giveaway, boys. Um, so I'm just gonna chuck all your names in here. So we've got Lolly. If you got any questions, just shoot them over. Like with your personal brand now, do you bring in enough income to not need a closer, not to be? Oh, okay, I see. Um, yeah. I would say you got to think about it in this sense, Nick. So you will earn the amount of money you earn is based off the value you bring to the marketplace. Is based off your skills. Okay, so you think about it in this sense, right? So if you work a retail job, you're realistically only going to get paid, say, like 30 bucks an hour max, because the barrier to entry to work at a, say a server station, like a fucking servo, is low as fuck. Anyone can serve a countertop, right? Now you compare that to now being, say, a qualified plumber, you're more skilled than, say, a retail worker, and you can make, 100 bucks an hour, whatever the fuck it is, right? Then you compare that to sales. I mean, sales people, it's an even higher barrier to entry because not everyone knows how to talk to people and have communication skills. So you'll get paid more for that. And then I would say marketing is even more difficult and it's even higher barrier to entry than, say, sales, plumbing, and working a retail store. So you get paid for more than that because not everyone's willing to put their face out there and do personal branding, and which is fair enough. And sales is one of those things where you don't have to do that. Lots of people aren't really comfortable with being on a camera. So I get more money. I still close, I still do appointment setting, but I make more money doing a personal brand because it's worth more, if that makes sense. Um, really do appreciate your help, bro. Tasmania. Um, step. Just saying, thanks for the help with everyone else. I reckon that explains it. Nah, thank you. No, I actually genuinely appreciate it. I'm gonna do this $100 giveaway, boys. I ain't gonna forget about that. Recommend first step for us who is interested in appointment setting. I would say first step is to get training, I would say, because you got to think about it in the sense that most people aren't, how do I, oh, here we go. So, where we go? Accept. Most people aren't willing to put a random person on that's never been trained before. Wait, I can't spell Santiago. Santiago, Nick, K. Ivan. Most people like think about it from a business perspective. If you were making $1 million a year with your business, would you employ someone who's completely unskilled and never been an appointment setter before? Because you're thinking about appointment setter. I worked for a solar company once upon a time ago, right? You think about a fucking solar company that makes $1 million a year. Appointment setter is their first point of contact with the business. So a customer's first point of contact with the solar company is me, the appointment setter. Why would it make sense to employ someone who does not know what they're doing, and they're still trying to learn everything? Because that's going to affect the revenue of the business if it makes $1 million a year. Let me know if that makes sense. So it's like, it's not like it's impossible to land a role without training, but it's a lot more difficult. So I really do recommend getting some level of training. Does that make sense, Heaven? Um, Lolli, Rani. So, and Ren. Have I missed anyone? Ren, Santiago, me, Rani. All right. Are you boys ready? Yes, understand. It's like being the middleman, isn't it? 1000%. Is it better to start your own personal brand once you make a bit of money? 100%. But document your journey because authenticity trumps everything. All right. Let's go, boys. $100 giveaway. What are we saying? Appreciate you guys been watching the whole fucking time. Ren. Oh, it's Lolly. Let's go. Lolly, chuck your IG in the chat so then I can reach out to you, bro. I don't want this to go on to the wrong person. You there, bro? Lolly? Bro, Lolly, bro, send me your IG so I can reach out to you and I don't accidentally send it to the wrong person, bro. I don't want you sending your your bank details. Here we go. In the Zoom chat. Underscore. Are all of you guys in the community group? Let me know if you are. because I wanna get more people in there. Dayton. So how old are you guys as well, by the way? It seems like a lot of you guys from Australia. Some of you guys in school. Some of you guys finished school year 11. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to find this guy. Dot. Am I spelling it right? Date. I I don't know if I did you spell it right, Dayton? Lolly? It's not coming up. Can you shoot me a message on IG maybe? I just want to get this sorted on the call. It's not coming up for me. So 17, 17 very soon, 18, 18, 18, 17, 21. Okay. 16, 17. Um, damn. Sweet. I'm 20 by the way. I'm turning 21 in less than 2 months, please. So, um, yeah. Lolly bro, send me your damn me. Okay, let me see. Which account did you was the Huddy Trade you on or is it the main one? Let me see. My main account's right now is disabled, so if you can message the other one, message this Huddy Tradie. Huddy Tradie. Why can't I see this message? Oh, here we go. Yo, send me your um anyone else got any questions while we wait? Literally. Where can I find this ABC course? Shoot me a DM, bro. Shoot me a DM and we'll have a conversation with it. Um, like I said before, like it's not like a one price fits all. It's kind of tailored to your basically what you're looking for, bro. So if it's like fuck, like you want to get coaching or you want like a community or what exactly are you looking for, and then we can figure it out for you. I'm struggling to find an offer. I use Facebook groups, but so many fakes. I know Facebook groups, bro. They're a bit dodgy. I'll be honest. I would stay away with it. Um, Dayton G. Is that New Zealand, Dayton? It looks like a New Zealand, because I'm Australian, bro, so I can't bank transfer to New Zealand. Do you have PayPal? Do you have what's another like Wise or something? Yeah. Oh, I don't want to hold you guys up, but yeah, if you guys have no other questions, I'm just trying to sort out this $100. But basically, every single week, boys, I'm gonna do a free live call for all of you guys. If you wanted to watch back, I am currently recording it. So I'll chuck my Instagram, sorry, my YouTube in the chat. So if you're in the community, the channel, Huddy, it's called just Huddy's Inner Circle. You'll have access to that. I'll post a screenshot of the $100. We'll probably do this every week. Just $100 to whoever joins, and stays and watches the whole thing. So get ready for that. But yeah, if you got any other questions, uh, we can end it off there. Yeah, it's been so hard to find my first offer. I feel like I got an offer from Facebook, but it was weird. I don't know if it's legit. They invited me to their group. Okay, look, Nick, bro, just like give it a shot. If they tell you to pay any money or anything, just nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Uh, all right, easy, boys. Well, I'll leave it at that, and I'll see you boys next week. All right. I'll chuck up a if you guys could give me some feedback on the call, something I could improve on, maybe something you enjoyed, that would be good as well. I'll put up a little poll. I want to make these as good as possible for you guys. Okay. Um, easy, Nick. Shoot me a DM, Nick, and we'll have a better conversation. All right. Thank you, boys. Take care.